Hey YouTube, it's Monet. Today we're back at it with another braid wig review. So this one is another Amazon wig. It's a 13x6 lace closure, well, kind of like a lace frontal. It's supposed to be about 26 inches in length. And so here I'm just unboxing, so you can see I had like the standard cap as well as those thin eyelashes that they can keep, and then the hair jewelry. So here I'm showing you the lace. You can see that 13x6 lace closure here. You have the two combs, which are kind of in the middle of the wig, a comb on the bottom, the regular elastic band that comes on all your typical wigs, as well as an added elastic band, which was actually a pretty nice touch to this. So as always, I always like to try my wigs on with no customization, just so you can see how it looks just fresh out of the pack if you did decide to kind of go and throw it on. So some initial things that I noticed about this wig, obviously it's Amazon Prime, so it came pretty fast within the couple of days. It didn't have any smell to it, and the braids are very, very neat. So as I'm pulling it on, you can see I'm kind of adjusting it. I did like 2 big braids underneath my wig, and I do feel like it was kind of making it a little humpy. So if you can do like a slick down, I would suggest that would probably be the best way to kind of mold your hair underneath this. I do feel like it's a little humpy or lumpy on the sides, just a little bit, but depending on how you kind of pull the hair down on your sides, you can kind of disguise it. So this is what it looks like in the back. So as I pull through it, you can see that it's just kind of like a regular cap in there, but once the braids are all laying down, it is going to be camouflaged. So not bad coming out of the pack. I will say the lace kind of needs a little bit of work to blend, but I'm about to start the customization process now. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that extra lace off. Honestly, I could have did this with it not being on my head, but since I already had it on, I figured why not? I'm already in too deep. So I went ahead, cut the lace off all the way around, and then I wanted to move on to the baby hairs. So as you can see, it's baby hairs on here for days. Don't nobody need that many baby hairs. So I'm going to start off with just kind of like teasing it, or tweezing some of the baby hairs out, just to thin them out a little bit, and then I will move forward with just kind of laying them. So typically I will use mousse on my wigs, but I'm not at home and I do not have my mousse with me, so I just use regular gel or jam. And then I also use some Got2b spray just to kind of mold them. So as I go through, I will cut the baby hairs to be a little bit shorter. I'll tweeze them out, I'll lay them. So it's just kind of like an intuitive process. Off camera, once I got my baby hairs laid how I wanted them, I did go ahead and apply a little bit of like my foundation along the perimeter and at the very front of the braids, just to kind of like blend a little better. So I did that off camera. So here I've tied my edges down, and I'm about to take my scarf off to kind of just show you the final look. Besides that, I mean, I did spray the Got2b on at the end. I blow dried it to kind of mold it a little bit. And this is going to be the final look after I let it set. So I'm actually pretty satisfied with how it came out. I think it looks really well. It looks pretty natural. The only tips I will say is, one, with the lace. I think the lace is pretty decent. I didn't use a ton of makeup, or I didn't tint it, but that is something that I would suggest just to kind of blend it a little better. Either glue it down with the bald cap method, or tint it, or apply some additional foundation. I think it'll make it a lot more seamless with your install. And then lastly, you can see here where I'm touching, that's kind of like the space where I feel like it's a little kind of like a hump sensation there. So I will say, if you can, tie your scarf down on it just so that you can kind of train the braids to lay a bit fat, because I'm sure it's been in that packaging for some time. But otherwise, I think it came out good. It looks very natural, pretty, and I like how you're able to customize the front lace to your liking. So overall, thumbs up.